when I have guests, especially beautiful guests with beautiful voices and just singers, songwriter, pianist. I mean, talented. My good sis, Avery Sunshine. How are you?
VJ, I'm fantastic. You can't give me an introduction like that and not expect me to go.
Things are different.
They are different.
And, you started touring again, like full throttle now.
Yes.
How have things changed now that you're back on stages, in front of audiences?
Yeah.
That when we were in the pandemic, I felt for a lot of artists.
Yes.
You had to pivot, and
Yes.
whether it was performing on social media,
Yeah.
that was a great platform.
That's what we
for
did.
a lot
That's the
of
truth.
for a lot of artists.
That's the
So
truth.
now that you're back out, is it kind of like, okay, I remember this? It's like riding a bike. Okay, now I feel
certainly-
that energy.
It certainly is like riding a bike. I tell you, there are a lot of people that are trying to figure. We're still trying to figure this out and get this new dance going. But what's amazing is feeling the energy, the vibration of everybody who's glad to be back at it.
Yes.
We're not taking it for granted.
Yeah.
You walk out on stage, you're happy. I mean, the first thing I say is, I'm glad to be back out. I'm
Thank
so
y'all for
glad.
coming.
Thank you for coming. You don't feel, if it's 10 people or 10,000, if one person showed up, we're grateful to be out and alive and happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like, okay, now I have to have a plan.
Yes.
Now I know, but we're quick on our feet as creatives.
We
will.
You look at my lips. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, I sat down and started a cosmetic company.
Yes.
Did Lumac Beauty.
You were already a businesswoman.
Yeah.
Right?
Certainly.
And so now with this new venture,
Yeah.
you can put your creativity and your thoughts into something that is really meaningful
Absolutely.
to you. So talk
Absolutely.
about Lumac Beauty. Talk about what it means to you and why it's so important.
Yeah. So I for the longest time, I was afraid to put bright lipstick on my full lips.
Okay. Yeah.
But there was one day, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, my stylist at the time, her name is Sabrina Shepherd. She was like, you got to try this new lip. And it's pink and it's bright. Just do it. I was like, I did it. And I posted it. And I got so many compliments. I said, so what's wrong with, why am I afraid to let people see me?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, people would ask all the time. So I started wearing bright lipstick. People would ask, when you going to do your line? I said, I'm not into that. I'm not doing that. Pandemic happens. I got to sit down.
You're like,
And I started looking through photos because that's all we got time to do, right? We're looking through photos and figure stuff out. And my mother sent these photos of my great-grandmother. And she sent a photo of my great-grandmother holding a little white baby. And I asked I said, Mom, what is this? She said, your great-grandmother was a nursemaid. And she took care of white people's children and their families. Not a stitch of makeup, right? We've got this full-figured Pentecostal preacher, single mother, taking care of other people's children, right?
yeah.
And her children are nowhere or her daughter nowhere in the pictures. Like, this is the craziest thing. How could I be afraid to honor? And that's exactly what I was doing, being afraid to honor my great-grandmother, who I am, by not showing off these big, full lips.
Yeah.
So in honor of my great-grandmother, who did what she had to do to survive and take care of her daughter, I started Lumac Beauty. To remind every Black woman how dope we are, how full lips,
Yes.
thin lips, full figured, whatever that is,
Baby.
show it all.
Trust and believe, because folks are going to doctors trying to get what
get
we
it,
have.
trying to get it, and I didn't want anybody to see me, So that's what Lumac Beauty is: be seen, be
Yeah.
beautiful, shine.
And I love that that's in your messaging of just who you are, especially when you put it out there. Like, you have to be confident.
Absolutely.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I wear the same lipstick, the same color. This is it for me. I try to go there and I'm like, I don't know. I don't
Try something else.
But to see someone be an example of, girl, you can do this, you can wear this. I think you always put out a positive message.
Absolutely.
Especially with your Hey Sunshine show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
On Patreon.
Yes.
Was this something that you've always wanted to do? Because, you're a singer and a songwriter, and now it's kind of like, oh, well, we get to see this personality. We get to hear her thoughts and get to know this artist that we love as a person who, now this is my best friend in my head.
You know how that crazy. She's absolutely nuts. No,
so I know it's fun. I know it has to be.
It is fun. And I have to say, I don't know if I wanted to do that in particular, but I certainly want to be on TV. I would say, I've got to be on a sitcom. I'm going to write one and I'm going to do it. I'm going to be.
And you still can.
Again, the pandemic, you got to figure stuff out. And my amazing husband was like, okay, you've been talking about it. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to buy some cameras. We're going to set it up. We're going to get a green, whatever he thought about, he bought.
Yeah.
And we just did it, and we've been figuring it out, and it's been working for us. It's been amazing.
It's a message in that, what you just said. We just did it. And a lot of people are afraid to do things. If the pandemic and everything taught us one thing, it's whatever you want to do, you can do it.
Just do it.
Do it scared.
Do it. And that's what we say all the time. Do it afraid. Start somewhere. It's not going to be perfect the way that you start to make it perfect and make it is by doing it.
But it's your authentic self as well.
Certainly.
So listen, if you post it up on the porch somewhere, and it's a conversation, we know we have family, friends that we sit on the porch and cackle and have a good time.
Listen.
So no, it doesn't have to be perfect. But as long as it's authentically you,
exactly,
people will gravitate towards that. So what's the best thing or your most favorite thing about your show that you just love?
You know what? Watching my husband light up. Because if you see now, he's super quiet.
Yeah.
Honey.
He's more excited than you.
when he gets to go, it is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
He's a comedian. All of that stuff that he's, honey, you should do it. He's doing it.
Yeah.
So watching him doing it with my husband is amazing. That really, really is. It's delightful to be able to do that with my best friend. Now, and then sometimes it gets real.
I was about to say, is there a balance?
It gets real. And I'll say, yes, last night, remember what you did? And we talk about it in the show.
Sometimes,
sometimes he don't want to do it, but I'll do it anyway.
Have you guys interviewed each other?
You know what? I did interview him when he hasn't interviewed me.
I think that'll be.
I did, but I did it.
Don't start giving her ideas.
But I did interview him, and I found out. I wanted not that I found out, but I wanted to share all of the amazing things that he was doing. He had just he wrote "Get It Together" with India Arie on her. I don't remember. I think Voyage to India album.
Yeah.
People didn't know that. He just co-wrote Friends, Monica and Ty Dolla $ign. Okay. People don't know that stuff.
Yeah.
I wanted folks to know. I wanted folks to know that the reason why there is an Avery Sunshine is because my husband was like, yo, you should do this. I was like, I don't want to do this. He said, you should do this.
It's important to have someone in your circle, in your tribe that is going to motivate you and push you even when you don't feel like doing it.
Yeah, it make you better.
Exactly. And I say it's like in the gym. When you're working out and your muscles are hurting and, but you're getting stronger.
They hurting now. Try to get... Do you?
Yeah.
You ain't as old. Let me tell you something. This is a sidebar.
I turned 40 this year. I turned 40 this year. So I am experiencing all of the 40 things that people never even, they didn't warn me about.
Listen, I used to be able, I remember when I was 40. It was fantastic. But listen, I'm telling you, when I turned 47, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to get this pandemic weight off. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get serious.
Yeah.
Listen, it does not come off the way. Woo,
the
when
way
I say you got to, it does not. I could think about it and just start working out and lose weight. Now I gotta work out, drink water, only water, work out for 5 hours. It's like, what's happening? It's just,
things are changing, but you know what? The great thing about this is your audience is growing with you.
Yeah.
and they're experiencing all the things that
Isn't
you
that
are,
beautiful?
that they can relate to you.
Isn't that so? I can continue to be authentically and exactly who I am.
Exactly.
Unapologetic.
Yeah.
I know that word seems to be overused, but it is the right word. I can be exactly who I want to be. I don't have to. I don't have to figure it out. It's like not telling a lie. Telling the truth. You don't have to remember stuff, right?
Right.
So being exactly who I am, I don't have to figure that out. So I love that you said that the audience is growing with me.
And do you find that that's what motivates you and what you put into your new music?
Certainly.
Okay, so your new experiences, as you grow, as you evolve, as you go through things, even though you're married, you still go through things.
Absolutely.
Do you pour that into it? And what does that process look like for you when you're
just like this? Say, girl, you ain't gonna believe what just happened last night.
It's a conversation with your listeners.
Absolutely, and that is how
with your audience.
That it really is. This is our second marriage together. When I went through my first and last divorce, I felt like I was able to process it because I was talking about it. I was writing songs about it. And some of those songs we did not release because I was really in that space. Let me tell you one. So, no, we're not going to be able to do that. Let's figure out another way to frame that.
Yeah.
But I used my shows as a way to cope.
Was that like your therapy at the time?
It was, and I didn't know it.
Stage was the therapy for you?
It was, and it was just because the parents that I had, they were both type A people, so they just said, East Coast, I'm from Chester, right outside of Philly.
Okay.
Them folks say exactly how they're feeling, whatever, when and how you are. So I grew up with that.
Yeah.
And so my belief now, and always has been, things are better on the outside. I feel better not holding and internalizing a lot of things that I don't need, things that don't belong to me. Right.
Yeah. So hold on to that, because guess what? It's going to come out in a way that you would never want it to. Exactly. And it's not even probably going to be the person that you were holding that in.
And that anger and all of that stuff, I don't want to own that. It's got to get out. So the way I get that out, I get it out. But I didn't know.
You
I
leave
didn't
it
know
on the stage.
Yeah. But so what ends up happening is there are people who say, wow, I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
I was in a space where maybe I couldn't say it myself, or I felt like I was by myself. And the truth is, the weight is so much lighter when you know that you're sharing it.
And that feeds your soul.
It does.
As well. When someone can tell me, oh, you helped me get through my day with this, or that feeds you no matter what you're going through. You're like, okay, at least I'm making an impact on someone else. Listen, emergencies happen. You just never know when, and I guess that's why it's an emergency. You may need cash for travel issues, car or home repairs, childcare, rent, or any other reason. That's when you need to go to wefixmoney.com. Get emergency cash up to $3,000. wefixmoney.com lenders offer installment payments, not payday loans. There's a difference, and you don't have to accept the loan offered. wefixmoney.com is free to use, available 24/7, and your trusted source for emergency cash. You need it now? Like right now? Some lenders offer same-day funding. wefixmoney.com is a proud member of the Online Lenders Alliance, which sets standards for a safe and secure online experience. It says something when you're A-rated by the Better Business Bureau, because we know some people don't get a passing grade, okay? If you need emergency cash now, go to wefixmoney.com. That's wefixmoney.com. And so this new album, 4 songs
and a bootleg. Child, please. Can you believe?
Okay, so walk me through the moment you were like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the name of the album.
My husband. I'm telling you, my husband, bless his heart. So we got all these songs, and we tease about me being a Gemini all the time. And I've got this going on, and these opposing forces that are always happening, and this, that, and the other. And so we got these 4 songs that we recorded, and then we've got this album that a show that we did live in Atlanta at the top of the pandemic, the December 28th, if I'm right, 2019. I think I had COVID during the show. Didn't know it. There were, we may have had 20 people on the guest list, and maybe 2 people showed up.
Okay.
So it was coming on. We didn't know. So the pandemic happens and we're like, okay, so what are we going to do with this live record? And let's just put it out. I was like, well, I don't like these songs on this end, but I like these for here. Yeah. Let's do this. He was like, look, let's do the studio songs and let's put the live together. Listen, it's kind of like you, all over the place. Let's just do that. How about 4 songs and a bootleg? I was like, that's it. That's why I married you. Smart. And I have to tell, out of all the albums that we've done, and I love everything that we've done, but this baby is certainly the one that feels the most like me, because it is exactly that. I feel like doing something in the studio, and here's some live. And this is, take it. This is, I feel really great about it.
That's an experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you get to go on that journey, that ride along with you. Because, like, okay, this is how her emotions and things that she was going through in the studio. But now you feel that energy. And when she was doing this live show, and I know all of your songs are kids. These are the babies, right?
Yeah.
But at this present time, what is speaking to you? What song just does it for you that you feel in your soul that you like?
There are 2.
I know.
Okay, but you said 1. The
okay,
one,
you can do 2.
I can
do
2.
Twins.
Okay, Lucky is the one that it just feels, because it's the truth. Lucky is about reminding the person that you're with that you're so blessed to have them. But wait a minute, you're blessed to have me too.
Oh, because you know what? I was about to say, he's your better half and you're his best half.
Come on. Did you see? You didn't tell me you were preaching in here today. No. She got it right. Put your glasses back on, baby. You'll be all right. Don't worry about it. Put your glasses back on. You ain't got to think about it. You said the truth. Don't think about it. But it's a space that we get into in trying to overcorrect, because there's so many times we say, the man ain't this, and men are dogs, or men, whatever that thing is, whatever that mantra had been about men, and the companions not measuring up. So then we overcorrect. Oh, he's everything. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. But there's 2 things can be true at the same time, right?
Right.
Yeah, he can be everything, but so can I, and so am I.
Yeah.
And while I'm lifting him up, or whoever your companion is, I need to lift me up too. And the truth is, and there's an order to me, there's God, then there's me, and then there's my husband. For him, I tell him there should be God, then that's him, and then it should be me.
And a lot of people don't say that.
No, we have got to put ourselves right up there.
Yeah.
And in no way, I didn't do the Kanye. I wasn't saying, I am God. I wasn't saying that. Yeah. You know what I mean. I had to make that clear.
I know what you mean, because
I had to make that clear. I'm not saying that.
Well, it's God, and then, my husband, and then my kids. No. It's like, well, where are you in that equation? Where are you?
Right up.
Yeah.
We have to be, right? So there's that song, and then there's another one, Don't Count Me Out, and another ode to not just my husband, but life during the pandemic. Right before the pandemic, I lost my father. He transitioned.
Sorry to hear that.
And thank you. Yeah. As a lot of people deal with transitions and stuff happens, I was paralyzed. I felt like I could not move. I felt like I couldn't write. I couldn't do anything. And it was one day I heard music coming from the basement, and Dana had been trying to get me to write, practice, whatever. I was like, I don't want to do nothing. I just want to be in this funk.
Yeah.
And I heard him working with these 2 amazing young artists. And I got jealous, because they didn't do one day. They came back the next week, and then the week after that. And then they had a full album done. An album, not a song. Yeah. And these kids today, let me tell you something. These kids are knocking out 10 to 12 songs a day.
A day?
They just
Because I remember I know a lot of artists, and let me tell you, they spend a lot of time in the studio. They're like, wait, I have to feel.
Oh, yes.
I have to do this.
The moon has to be in the 7th house.
I got to go back and recut
child,
this.
Please.
Yes. Yeah.
No, they don't go through all them changes. They writing songs, recording them, and putting them out.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this process, and it's inspiring me. So, I sit down at the keyboard and I said, listen, don't count me out. Listen, I still love you. I'm still here. Don't count me out. So that's my other favorite. That's the space where I am. And not just for my relationship, but just life.
Yeah. That's like your Rocky record. Like
that's
like
exactly
you're at the top
it.
of the steps. Like,
come on.
Don't count me out.
Don't count me out. I'm still here.
And you know what? It makes me, I want to know when you're in those dark spaces.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of people, we see social media, we see artists, especially like, oh, their lives are amazing. Their lives are great. They have this, they have that, they have fame, they have money.
Yeah.
You don't realize a lot of times they are human too.
Certainly.
And so when you get in those dark spaces, even when you don't want your husband around, don't talk to me,
Yeah.
What is it that pulls you out of that space? And then is that also inspiration for you to speak out, whether it's on your show, whether it's in your music, to say, this is what I was going through. Mm-hmm. And here's how I got out. Because I know for me, it's all about I'm a big self-care advocate. Like, do everything for yourself. Go to the spa. Go get a massage. Go take a walk. Put your feet in the grass. Go by the water. I'm a Pisces, so I'm in another world.
My baby. My daughter, my sweet daughter, who's a producer, Drew the Roo, is a Pisces. Drew B, if you hear this, Mommy loved you, my sweet Pisces baby, my little fishy. Lord have mercy. And God, sister,
Pisces. We're just in our own realm.
And then she's a Gemini. She's a Gemini like me.
Oh, okay.
But her god sister,
so
my daughter, is the Pisces. Praise the Lord. But y'all are amazing people. But what I think? I think being able to be honest about not feeling good allows me to appreciate that I do have a great life.
Mm. Yeah.
Being able to say it so that I say it and I'm done with it. Okay, I don't feel good right now. Okay, what's the solution? How do we get to it? I didn't just get there. Now, you already know. Because sometimes you get caught in that loop and you just want to be angry.
You're in your head. And someone told me, and I say this all the time now, when you are in your head, you are behind enemy lines.
Ooh, it's the truth.
And so you have to get out of that space. And for me, I write down my blessings, right?
How about that?
So that I can see what I'm blessed with.
Absolutely.
And that I can overcome any. Because guess what? I came out the trenches.
Yes.
I have lost it all before. And guess what? God gave it back tenfold. You just have to, change your mindset in there. But I know that it's a struggle. So I always wonder, like, what people who are like public figures and people who write songs to make others feel good as well and perform to get others in a different space. How do you get yourself in?
I really believe tapping into feeling to whatever that thing is that I'm feeling and saying it and going through it. 'Cause the very thing that we try not to do. Clearly, we're human. We don't want to be hurt. We don't want to hurt. So we try to avoid those things that are going to make us feel that way.
Yeah.
No, just go ahead and let that, whatever that little thing is, happen. Go ahead. Ow, that hurt. Okay. Somehow you feel better when you say, ow. Oh, okay. But holding it in, I want to scream, but I can't scream. It prolongs it. It makes it worse. But the truth is that the very nature of a storm or the thing that you're going through, the nature of a storm is to be temporary. It's strong, but it's temporary.
And guess what?
Go ahead and let it happen so you can go ahead and the sun can, see, I didn't even plan that. And then the sun can do what? The sun can come
after
out.
the storm, there will be sunshine.
There will be sunshine. And the truth, and then what we realize is what? The sun never really went anywhere anyhow. It never left. It never left.
And so moving forward, you are ordering your steps.
Certainly.
And following.
Oh, I love that you said that. That's the power. And this is what I touched on earlier. We and I'll never forget Oprah saying this some years ago. We are co-creators with God, and it works when we are working together.
Right, because you can have all the faith, but if you're not putting your best foot forward, if you're
Absolutely.
not putting the work in,
Yes.
if you're not going into the direction of the things that you have,
If you don't go to the gym to work out, what you not going
Yes.
to, you gotta get
you
up.
got to get there.
You gotta get there.
Yes.
You gotta get there.
And so moving forward, where are some of the places and spaces
Yeah.
that you want to get to?
Oh, you already know you're gonna see me. Oh, you're gonna see me on somebody's screen, even if it's my own screen. It might be my phone screen,
Yeah.
but my iPhone might be that. But
It's yours.
But mine. So we're gonna finish up these pilots that we have for whatever it is we're working on. We're just going to keep doing it prayerfully. We'll be on some of these award stages,
Yes.
but we're being more intentional in ordering our steps.
Yeah.
And we are in the for your consideration phase of the Grammys right now, which is
Yes.
really, really,
Exciting.
it's really funny. It's exciting. So it's funny when, the family members will see, we have to talk about being up for your consideration.
Yeah.
And the family members say, she been nominated. I said, no, we haven't been nominated
Right.
yet. Yeah.
Because you have the beautiful, people put together a whole package,
Yes.
and it's almost like a one sheet where it
Yes.
just has the work that you've done
Yes.
and things like that. And so it is an exciting time.
It's
'cause
exciting.
all right.
Because you get to show people how proud you are of the work that you've done.
Yeah.
And that's something I know as women, and just a shout out for not just for women, but women and for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But we tend to, get shy and we don't want to talk a whole lot about what no, listen, I did something that was great.
Yes.
I want you to know it. I want you to see it. And I believe in it.
Yeah.
And I
And you
think that's what this
deserve it.
part,
And you deserve it.
I deserve it. We deserve
I've
it.
earned it.
And I certainly think that this process right here reminds me to, God, if you don't believe it, why should somebody else?
Yeah.
Why should somebody else? So I'm going to toot my horn and be as bright and loud as I possibly can be. And hopefully that encourages somebody else to do the same thing.
Wishing you all the best
Thank
with
you
that.
so
And sending you
much.
so much good energy. And you let everyone know your social media,
Yes.
where they can find the Hey Sunshine show,
Yes.
and all of that, because we looking for you.
Yeah, Avery
We look-
Sunshine on IG. I am Avery Sunshine on Facebook. I'm working on TikTok. I done got
Girl, I got a couple
Lumac
videos
Beauty on IG. LOUMACKBEAUTY. The HeySunshineShow.com, or you could go to AverySunshine.com and get all of that
I
stuff.
saw the merch.
You did see the merch?
I saw the merch. I'm loving the merch.
And listen, thank you
Keep
so
the
much.
merch.
We're gonna keep the merch.
I got to get me a couple shirts.
And we're gonna get
yes,
you,
yes.
and you gotta get some Lumac. I'm gonna get you some of them colors. I'm telling you, I know you
Yeah.
don't want to do. Just try.
I know.
It's for us.
You have inspired me to okay, maybe I can step outside and try something else, because this is it. This is about it for me.
Listen,
This lip.
but I got some pinks for you. They look great on our chocolate skin. I'm trying to tell you. I ain't gonna lie.
She ain't lying, y'all. I love that. I love what you're doing, and I love that you are walking in your purpose.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for stopping by today.
I'm honored.
I'm giving you an early congratulations.
Received, taking it, walking in it proudly.
Yes.
And same to you. Thank you for this beautiful energy. It means
Thank
so
you.
much. We're just reflections, right?
Yeah.
Reflections of each other. So I'm honored to be here.
Thank you so much. Avery
Thank you.
Sunshine, y'all.
You're so cool. You did so good to me.